our Disney Home Channel. I'm Sarita.
I'm Denise.
I'm David.
And we're at it again. We're setting up a Disney Aquarium. Denise and I decked out in our PJs, you know, because we're home all the time these days. But what are we going to be showing them on a time lapse?
Well, I got the itch and we're changing out the fish tank. We're going to have a whole new setup. So it should be pretty interesting. Let's just say that.
So while we're setting this up, we're going to be watching Finding Dory, and you can comment down below how many movies it's going to take for us to set this up.
Wow, what a setup, as you can see from the time lapse. It's been a few days, and now we'd just like to kind of wrap up the time lapse video and the intro and kind of let you know what we were doing within that time lapse to set up our new Disney Aquarium.
Well, things didn't go as planned, that's for sure. I had bought a little pump to pump the water out into the garbage cans and then be able to pump it back in, and that didn't work at all.
No.
So we had to move a garbage can that probably weighed 100, 150 pounds.
It was heavy.
Yeah,
We did a little hand pump action.
Oh yeah, we had that. We had the hand pump for a while. It was putting about, I don't know, maybe a teaspoon of water in the tank at a time. So that wasn't any fun. And then I realized that we can use our filter as a pump. So we moved the garbage can over in front of the fish tank and we filled it from there. It worked out well, drilling holes in through the wall and everything. I thought that was going to be more difficult, and that was kind of easy.
And why did you drill the holes?
Because we're putting a sump in the basement. So what we did here is we put in a 90-gallon tank with an overflow, and then the old tank is going to go in the basement, and the pump water from the basement up to the main tank, and the water goes over the overflow and then back down into the basement. And once I get the basement all set up, we'll have to show a video of that.
Okay.
Because I kind of ordered some things online to make it myself, so that way I'm reusing the old tank with the old stand, you know, because why waste money?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and the cutting of the holes in the wall was the part that I was most nervous about. It's my, okay, you know, because we just bought the house and everything, so it, you know, it was a little nerve-wracking. Not that, you're very good at put handiwork and things like that, but that wasn't really the worry. It's just, you know, our first real home project where we're taking things out. Yeah, you know, like destroying things. So, anyways.
We moved all the fish out into a little 10-gallon tank that I had got, and we put all the fish and the snails and everything, and Mr. Shrimp, what's his name? Jacques, right? We put them all in the 10-gallon tank, and everybody did fine. And unfortunately, 2 days later, I lost one of my newer cardinal fish, which I was pretty sad about. And then the next day, we lost the other one as well. So I think it's really my fault because they were new and they weren't fully acclimated into the tank yet. And then I went and did this major thing. So, but Merlin and Nemo are fine. And well, what happened today, Denise?
We got new fish. A new fish looks like Dory, so we named her Dory.
Yeah, you can actually, it's right there. Perfect timing, Dory. She just swam up, right?
Yeah,
I can see her in the view, yeah.
She's getting used to her new surroundings. Yeah, I got Dory today and I got 2 new pieces of coral. which were supposed to match. However, with the COVID-19 and the social distancing, I had pointed to the coral that I wanted, and I told the guy, hey, I want that one, and then the same one that's behind it, you know, as in like the same exact kind. And I took my couple steps back to give him his distance so he could grab them, and he didn't give me two of the same ones. So
Yeah, so he's been hemming and hawing, like.
I have. I wanted some symmetry, you know? I wanted, oh, look, that one's the same and that one's the same, right? And now the symmetry is totally gone, and I wish I would have gotten just one. But
Yeah, and then you said that you were going to look at the backgrounds, but they were also, like,
oh, yeah.
trying to encourage people to...
Yeah, so they were packed today. Well, they were closed yesterday for Easter. So, yeah, they were pretty busy. And I originally went there just to get a background for it, because I don't know if you can tell, there's no background on this tank. And then when I walked in, I started looking around. I realized a few more things that I needed to get. And I started looking around. Before you know it, I was in the fish room, you know, even though I wasn't really planning on it. But there was Dory, and she was a perfect size. And I went for it. But then when I was going to get the backgrounds, they were saying, oh, you know, please bring your purchases to the front, because there was a heck of a line outside. There had to be 6 or 7 people waiting to come in, so. Yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, I suggest you just call them and tell them the error, and maybe they'll let him keep, you know, the one and get him what he really wanted, or you never know what they'll do, so.
So this week I had also got my order from Florida. I ordered a whole bunch of coral from this site that has a lot of inexpensive things, and a bunch of it was on sale. There's a what's the name of that thing?
All I know is he made me watch for UPS because it was package come live, so it's like,
yeah, I was very
every
nervous.
half hour. Is UPS here yet? Is UPS here yet?
Yeah, well, you know, they told me it was
anyways.
on the way, and it takes 2 days to get here because overnight shipping is like, forget about it. So they said that, you know, the least amount they can do is 2 day. And I was, you know, I'm just thinking, oh, these things came from Florida. It was cold that day. They're gonna be sitting out there on the front porch. So yeah, I thought it was every 15 minutes, but just trying to make it look better with a half hour. But yeah, I was calling a lot to see, is my package there? And then it finally got here. And then I wasn't sure, oh, do I have her open it? And, you know, and start acclimating everything, you know, floating all the bags in the tank and all that, or just wait the extra hour and a half till I get home from work. But then we decided it was best if she just started to float everything.
Yeah.
And everything actually started to like fall down into the tank and not actually like float above.
Yeah, that's a good point. They have got little metal clips to keep them together, so I guess that was heavier than the buoyancy.
Not the best idea. I don't know why they would use metal clips on these bags, but it was kind of neat the way they had it. The plugs were all kind of floating in the bag. They had a little piece of string through them, so if it hit bumps and whatnot, the plug would just move instead of banging all over the bag. So that was kind of neat. But I was kind of, I don't think I'm going to order from there anymore, though. I got a lot of good stuff, and I got a lot of stuff that's not very good at all. So that's the only problem, when you can't actually see what you're getting. Oh, feather duster. That's the name of the thing. I got a feather duster.
Oh, that's what you're going to... Oh,
yeah,
okay.
which is this big worm thing. We'll have to do a little close-up video again at the end of this so you guys can see all this stuff.
Yeah.
And all the corals that I got are still on their frag plugs. So there's these big white plugs. So it's still like a little uglyish in the tank, but I'm gonna let them, you know, get used to the water as well before I cut them off of there and put them on rocks. But
Okay. What else? So we cut the hole, we pumped the water, arranging the rocks. That was something interesting as well. Because in the last aquarium, I did the arranging of the live rock, and this time David had some ideas about what he wanted to do and what he wanted to see. And this tank has this black piece, which you can't see right now, but when we show the close-up, you'll be able to see the overflow, which kind of sits into the tank some, so it kind of changes the dynamic. Although this tank is deeper and taller.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't add any more sand. I've been reading about having deep sand can be really bad because if it gets disturbed, there's a whole lot of bad bacteria under there and get released into the tank. So I was like, well, let me not add any more sand, but with less sand, there's nothing to hold the rocks kind of where you want them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're kind of shifting around a lot and everything. And I don't think setting up the aquascape is my forte. So that was not fun. No.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks okay.
Yeah. Coming along. So is there anything else you want to add about the tank, Denise? Did you have fun holding the water thing when we were doing the...
Oh yeah, my siphon helper, yeah.
Yeah. Denise was very helpful running and getting things, and we bought gallons, 5 gallons, I don't know what, 3 gallons of water.
I bought some salt water just because I was using the garbage cans to empty the tank water into, so I didn't have a way to mix up new salt water to put into the tank. So I bought some, 4.4 gallon containers or something like that.
DJ helped bring them in and things like that, so it was kind of a teamwork effort. Well, anyways, hope you enjoyed the time lapse and enjoy the close-ups as we close. And
do your thing, Nisi.
Like, subscribe, and turn on the post notification bell.
yeah, and if you have any comments, we'd love to hear from you all. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.